Hey guys, what's going on? Poke Playtime here with another PTCGO video, and this video is not necessarily more about a deck or what's good at the moment, what's bad at the moment. It's more just proving a point, and the point is, I think with current state championships and national championships and regionals going on at the moment, that I've had a quick look and there's very specific decks being played, and I think if you want to have a serious run in a tournament, every deck requires a wall, and this is a view that both me and Kieran share. And one of the main walls at the moment is Suicune from Plasma Blast with the ability Safeguard. Now obviously enough, there's a Sigiglyph that has Safeguard, and its attack probably is better, where its energy cost is only 2, but it's psychic energy, which you won't really use. Maybe you could use it in a big basic fairy deck, but obviously with Blastoise being one of the main top tier decks at the moment, I think every Blastoise deck should run one Suicune. Now I know every deck is very tight and the lists are usually very tight, but this gameplay just showed exactly why. This was a 20-minute match. This match should have been over so much quicker than it was, only for the wall that is Suicune. Now you can purposely mess your opponent about. Now obviously when you're going to come up against stuff like Garbodor, you're always going to be in a bad way no matter what you're running. But it's also only giving up one prize. It is hard to build the power up, but it's worth it, especially if you can just lock your opponent. It's the difference between getting knocked out or maybe buying yourself 2 turns just to get something set up. It has worked huge for me, and it has worked huge for Kieran. And Kieran actually won one of Ireland's biggest tournaments thanks to Suicune just completely locking an opponent out. And at the time he was running 2, and he was just escape roping in between 2 of them with nothing else on the bench, with a Blastoise deck, I should say. Sorry, I'm just seeing Darkrai on my opponent's bench there. Now, I had recorded about 50 games of this, and this is the only game I was able to salvage from the recording. It's not the best game, but as I said, it's pure example. As you can see, 3 for 70 is not huge. If you can, I recommend running the Sigiglyph. It's 90 HP, 2 energy. I think its base value is something like 30 or 40 base, and it does 10 damage more for every energy. So that energy can build up fairly quick on something like an Yveltal EX, where it is going to be loaded up with energies. And the addition of Silver Bangles means that maybe a 2-hit knockout, you can force your opponent to draw them out. Obviously, if you're coming across a top tier deck, they're gonna have a non-EX hitter, like a Boomerang, an Absol, an Yveltal, a Xerneas, whatever they're running in the deck. And as you can see, that I even run Kangaskhan in this deck, in my Blastoise deck. The reason for that is 1, call for family, and 2, I just like throwing curveballs in a deck. I just think anyone can take a deck list and win a tournament, but there is no fun in that. I find there's great satisfaction in just adding a little thing, and you can see, I'm sorry that the screen's going black constantly. It was my game just forever crashing on me, and here we go. So in this game, I'm doing as much as I can. As you can see, I'm down 3 prizes to 5, but I have Kangaskhan up front. I used its call for family to pull up 2 Squirtles. I have the Suicune on the bench and the Keldeo with the rush in. My strategy for this game is to just get knockouts with the Xerneas, not put a single energy on that Keldeo. I'm using it purely for rushing. So as you can see here, that Suicune comes up, it's going to sit there. Now obviously he has Darkrai on the bench, he's got the free treat in the Yveltal, and that Yveltal will hit me for 90, which is unfortunately big, and I'm forced to end myself. Now the reason I play the end there is obviously I'm ending my opponent down to 2, I'm disrupting their hand, but I'm also hoping to pull a Toise and a Candy, and as you can see, I just pull the Candy and a War Turtle. Now, I could rush in with the Keldeo, but I want to save it, so I'm going to play the Escape Rope. Look, they've got free treat, I know it's coming. I know that there's 110 damage coming with that Dark Claw. So I'd rather just throw down the War Turtle and just go hit it, set up a target. On the other hand, my opponent is clearly looking for something, and it's a blank screen. I'm very, very sorry about this. It's just the way my capture works. But because it's because it's Yveltal and it can hit big, and my opponent's just proving a point of, hey, I can build this up, when he could have just Y-Cyclone, maybe siphoned some of the energy off, built up Xerneas or Yveltal a bit more. That's what I would have done, but I can see why they left the energy on, so that they can one-shot the Suicune. But you can see there, like, now my opponent is down to 1 prize. Now, as I said earlier in the video, this video is 2 times speeded up, so there's 3 minutes left to this video. So I was able to wall up for 7 minutes, with 6-7 minutes with just Suicune, 1 Keldeo, and a Toise. Now, I make a huge misplay here. I rush in with the Keldeo, I'm going to play the Ultra Ball, and I'm going to play the Ultra Ball next turn, I should say. The reason I rush in with the Keldeo is because I am just looking, I know it can take the damage and survive 1 turn. Even if he dropped a DCE, he would have survived it. So now here, I'm just trying to play out my hand, so I decide to Deluge, just in case I pull a DCE. So I play the Ultra Ball, just to go through the deck, not to pull anything out in particular, but I should have pulled that Keldeo EX, but I didn't, and I end into jump. So I have messed myself up here completely. Now I've got the DCE, so obviously I'm going to play it, I'm going to drop it down and retreat into whatever I can, but I'm going to retreat into the Toise, is it? No, the Suicune. Obviously I know my opponent can knock it out the next turn, but my opponent decides to play out his hand and do what he's got to do. I think just purely proving a point, he reverses back. Now, that's just proving how one card, one small card, one little tech can really affect the game. Now obviously you might have to give up your magnetic draw on a Toise or something like that. I wouldn't recommend it, but I would highly recommend finding some way, some place for Suicune in any deck or any safeguard Pokemon. Just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below, or if you have any other suggestions for good walls. Thank you guys for watching. I'm really sorry about all the crashing in this video. More videos coming next week, and be sure to look out for the code giveaway competition tomorrow. Bye.